All right. Good morning, everybody. All right. And Anthony is on here bright and early. Dang it. I'm having trouble. Anthony has a great question. So I have, guys, I bought a stupid, I don't recommend the Apple computer. I have to charge my mouse. All right. So let's see. This might be a little harder to highlight comments and stuff. So, but I'm going to try and charge the mouse. You can't use the mouse and charge it at the same time because it's underneath. Like you're supposed to use the mouse like this. Happy Sunday, everyone. I missed last Sunday. Got on my Tube Buddy t-shirt. I feel great today. My mom has informed me that she's going to miss the beginning of the live because she has to walk down to pay her rent, which is adorable. And I have a Little Mermaid themed manicure. Because you guys know I work at a movie theater. So one hand is like seashells and the beach, and the other hand is like her costume. I haven't seen it yet, but I'm going to. Okay, let's get into finance and budget topics because that's what I don't know why. Like, I feel like a weirdo, but I love talking about finance and budget. Even from the time I was younger, I enjoyed talking about that. My mom was like, "You were born into the wrong family. You should have been a rich BIT. You can spell the rest." Even when I was little, my mom didn't call me the B word, but she was like, "You're a rich." Maybe she did say that when I was little, but anyway. Hi. Oh, hi, Caleb. All right, and this is Anthony. Okay. Oh my God. Alex, we will talk about that because same. Okay, hold on. But Anthony's got a budget question. So is a 730 credit score to be proud of or ashamed of? First of all, I think that you know this, right, about me. Whatever your credit score is, I'm not going to tell you to be ashamed of it. Even if it's like the lowest of the low, everybody starts somewhere. And if your credit score is the lowest of the low, that means that there's room for improvement, right? 730 is very good, but let me share a chart with you. Okay. And I've even heard that once you get above 720, that it almost doesn't matter anymore. Like but let's pull up the chart. Let's pull up the chart. I don't have like a specific chart that I'm going to use today. We're going to go to Google. So Google, oh, I don't know why I typed in google.com. I'm chilly. I had my heater running earlier, so I'll turn that off. Credit score ranges. This seems good, right? I'm probably not sharing my screen yet. Like a dummy. All right, hold on. No, I am. Okay, hold on. All right, so the credit score ranges. Where's images? Images. Okay, where's this one? All right. Well, it says, according to this one, this chart says, is it sharing properly? I feel like it's not. Oh, P.S. Like here's Rakuten is popping up as like a plugin. I'm using Rakuten to save money on all my purchases, but I really am. We'll talk about that in a second. Okay. So 730, that's pretty much almost 740, which is like I've really heard that after 720 there's not a whole lot of benefit. With that said, I'm going to go ahead and pull up my credit score. I just use the one from my bank. So I can't share my bank with you guys just yet. Well, not just yet. And I have two banks. I do bank with Yada, but I save with Yada. And then I have my checking account still with Wells Fargo, and they're not that great. Okay. We're going to get into all this. Okay. Because W is saying that they went to a Toyota dealership to help their friend shop for a car. And the interest rates are too high. This is not a good time to get a vehicle. Interest rates are high, but I also think if you guys have been watching the channel for a while, I'm going to recommend financing through a credit union. And it's been a while since we've looked at those rates like online together. So we'll do that in a second. Okay, and I'm not sharing my credit score to brag, right? I am doing this as an example of what's possible. Okay? So mine is at an 846. I had one that was perfect. And I'm not really doing anything. They look at one of the things that they look at the difference between like an 846 and a 730, which you should be proud of, right? But no one should be like embarrassed of theirs or feel bad about where they're currently at. Probably the only difference is sometimes you get credit for having different types of loans. So if someone only has what's called revolving credit, and I'm not saying you should go out and get different types of credit than revolving credit, but revolving credit's going to be like a store credit card, like Victoria's Secret or Target, which, by the way, don't do those kinds of cards because they have really, really high interest rates. But that's also going to be like your traditional Visa, MasterCard, American Express, revolving credit, where you are able to put an amount on that card and pay it off slowly. That's one type of credit. Auto loans are a different type of credit. And then one of the things I think helping my personal credit score is having a home mortgage line. So they look for, do you have different types of credit that are factoring into your score? And I would never recommend someone like try and buy a house or finance a car if auto loans are high just to have a slightly better score. Does that make sense? So yeah, 730, I would be very proud of that, honestly. And even if yours is low, even if it's in this 300 to 579 range, still you shouldn't be ashamed of that, because if you're on this channel, if you're thinking about your credit score, then you're thinking about improving it. And that's the first step to actually improving it. So yeah. All right. Hello, Caleb. And then Alex, we are going to talk about this for a second. That just stinks. I have been so over dating for a very long time. You know that Jenny Silver used to say that I should do a dating show. And it's the worst. You get dressed up. You get ready to go. You worry, do they like me? Is it safe? Um, Very few of us worry about, are they going to like me? So I do think that when I go on a date again, I'll go on a date again eventually. When I go on a date again, I'm still going to put effort into my appearance, right? Like right now, I kind of look like a bum. I don't have on makeup. My hair is just back in a ponytail. I want to feel my best, but I'm not going to do it to try and make sure that I live up to someone else's standards. You know what I mean? And you're such a nice person, right? And so if they don't see that, like, F them. But it is tricky in the online dating world to find someone that actually values your time. And you know what? Like, I like to give people the benefit of the doubt. Maybe for whatever reason, they're not ready to meet in person right now. Maybe they don't feel confident in the image that they portrayed online. Maybe, a lot of people have trouble with anxiety. So maybe they're on the other end of thinking, are you going to like them? And feeling maybe not their best. Maybe they're not at their best weight, or there's like any number of reasons, but please know that it's not you. Onward and upward, on to the next. Don't give up. But also, like, it's not you. My coworker, and like, guys, I do consider my coworkers like friends and like family, because when you think about it, it's really important to like your coworkers, because you spend more time at work than you do at home. So one of my coworkers just went through something similar. They asked me if I was able to switch shifts with them, and I did because they had a date. And then I was like, "Oh, like where are you going on your date?" And they were like, "The date's off." Like that sucks so bad. Like that person totally rearranged their schedule. They rearranged my schedule. Like that's not my coworker's fault. But like my coworker was like bending over backwards because they were really excited to go on this date and then it didn't work out. And that just don't mess with people's time, right? It sucks. Anyway, I'm really sorry that happened to you. But I also believe that there's really good people out there, right? People that won't waste your time. And I'm almost of the mind to just go out and meet people in person now versus online. Um, God, maybe I really should do like a speed dating series or something like that. I have so many video ideas. Um, and I have more ideas than I have time to do them. But anyway, you are a high value person and if they don't see that, that's on them. And like who knows what they have going on. But it sucks. I think some people too. My friend had a tattoo that said like something about the chase is better than the catch. Maybe this person was people go on there and they're married, they just need to like feel validated. Like I don't know. It's tricky, but stay safe, but don't give up. All right, back to finance. Also, dates are expensive, so maybe it's not all cracked. Oh, maybe I could do like affordable date idea. All right. Anyway, W. You went to the Toyota dealership to help your friend shop for a car and the interest rates were too high. This isn't a good time. It's not, but if they really need a car, like if their car is breaking, then it might be time. Bella says to stay on topic, and then I talked about, and then I went and I talked about it. Because I really, I like Alex. I relate to that, right? So yes, I like to talk about finance and budget, but I also a lot of you guys that are here on Sunday, I feel like I know you guys, and like that is a real struggle in today's world. So, okay. Um, but let's check interest rates on um at the credit union I like. And so I normally talk about First Entertainment Credit Union. And so we're just going to go there and see what the current rates are. Any credit union is usually going to give you better rates than a traditional bank or even like those teaser rates. Okay, so I think I'm on the right page. This is First Entertainment Credit Union. And I used to think that this is First Entertainment Credit Union. I used to think that to get a loan with a credit union or to join a credit union, like I used to think, see, it's like you belong here. I used to think that you had to be like a member of the entertainment industry. You don't. For this credit union, First Entertainment, they actually emailed me, you just need to be a resident of their Los Angeles County. But there's Navy First, Navy Federal Credit Union. Just Google local like credit unions near me is what I would do. I have used First Entertainment Credit Union myself. Okay, so loans and credit cards, vehicle loans, auto loans. Let me make sure I'm sharing the right dang thing. Yes, I am. Okay. Okay. So we're just trying to see what the auto loan rate is with a credit union. Okay, get behind the wheel with this deal with rates as low as 4.49% APR. But then there's that little number one, which means that we have to figure out what all of that is. Usually there will be like a little key, like way at the bottom here. Okay. On new vehicles, any current year or previous year models with less than 10,000 miles. That's not the number one. Anyway, okay, that says, so that's usually a footnote, and there should be like a number one. Where's footnote number one? Okay, here we go. APR, annual percentage rate. This rate is effective per the effective date indicated above for auto loan rates. The lowest advertised rate is based on credit worthiness and underwriting factors and includes a 0.25% discount for automatic loan payments made from a First Entertainment checking account. Okay. I don't love that. A 0.25% green auto discount is offered on US EPA certified SmartWay vehicles. Please visit the following website to see if your vehicle qualifies. A 0.25% discount for a current auto insurance policy with media benefits insurance services, or a 0.25% discount for a loan to value of less than 80%. Did I have that right? Great. Yeah. Less than 80%. Excluding warranty and gap insurance, I guess. The maximum discounts a member may receive on any given auto loan is 4.49% APR, 5.25% APR without discounts is the preferred rate for new auto loans, and 4.74 APR or 5.49% APR without discounts is the preferred rate for used auto loans. The rate is subject to increase upon cancellation or cessation of the discount program. Proof of income and or down payment may be required depending on the applicant's credit rating and other underwriting factors. The monthly payment for new autos per $1,000 borrowed for 36 months at 4.49% APR is $29.74. This rate includes 3 discounts, and a 4.74 APR is $29.85 for used autos. This rate includes 3 discounts. These payment examples are for illustration purposes only. Your actual payment may vary. No additional discounts may be applied to these rates. Okay, so what they're saying is per $1,000 on a new car at the 4.49% rate with discounts, that would be $29.74 a month that you're paying just in interest. Okay, so here are all of First Entertainment's different rates. And notice, notice right here in bold, let me make sure I'm still showing the correct thing. I am. Okay. So their advertised rate as low as 5.24% for a new car. And this is if you don't qualify for any other discounts. I personally probably wouldn't. Like, I just don't think I would qualify for any of those other discounts. I don't love that one of the discounts is like having a checking account with them. I kind of think that's unnecessary. Maximum years to repay. So the rate goes higher the more years that you want to take to pay off the car. This is advice that my mom gave me, right? And she's been very wise with things like this. My mom told me never finance a car for more than 5 years. So guys, let's get out our handy dandy whiteboard and see what an affordable car payment for 5 years would look like. So here's how we're going to do that. I'm going to take the credit union's rates off, but if the rates that you're seeing with this credit union are lower than the rates that you found when you were shopping around, what I would recommend is I would recommend getting like a pre-approved loan amount from the credit union first and then going to the auto loan dealership. Does that make sense? Okay. So first we got to erase all this stuff off the whiteboard. I need a bigger eraser so this can go faster. I have one somewhere, but I don't know where currently. All right. You guys also asked about budgeting. I kind of wanted to do that today, but it just depends. And mom, if you're watching now, I do think I'm gonna try and come see you today. My mom's birthday is next week, so I'm not sure if we'll be going live next week. Okay, so 5 years. So we're gonna start off with 5 years. 5 years equals 60 months, right? 5 years equals, this is my to-do list. 5 years equals 60 months. Okay. And let's say that I also don't encourage anybody to have a car loan of like more than 5 years, right? That not more than 5 years, more than $500 a month. And when I bought my car, I knew that I only wanted a car payment of about $370. That's what I could afford. That was back in 2013. But even now, like I don't really want a car loan of more than $500 a month. So dollars 500 times 60 months, right? That's my total budget for a car. I didn't want to put any money down on my car. I didn't really have money saved at the time. And so I didn't want to put money down on a car. This would equal $30,000. So that's your car budget. A $500 car payment, right? Times 60 months, which is 5 years. Am I doing that right? I feel like I have to double check my math right now. 5 times 12, that's definitely 60, right? Yeah. Okay. So if I want my maximum car payment to be $500 a month times 60 months, which is a 5-year car loan, that means the maximum I can afford to spend on a car is going to be $30,000. And I do think that there's lots of new cars. This doesn't factor in that the finance fees, right? And let's just do that. Okay, even on the credit union, which was affordable, it said, what was it? Let's call it $30 because it said $20 and some change. So $30 a month just in interest, okay? Times 60. So $30, sorry, I'm using a calculator over here, times 60. That's actually not that bad. That means you're paying $1,800 total in interest. So, anyway, $30,000 cars. So if that's your budget, now let's do the math on if you guys still wanted like a $360 car payment. So, because that's still about what I want, guys. And I was looking at a Tesla, and the car payment was like $700. And I really do not feel like anybody, you might want a luxury car, right? But really, all you need is something to get you back and forth to work. And I've never sat in a car that was not comfortable. Well, in the passenger seat sometimes, but in the driver's seat, most cars are comfortable for the long run. When I just went to visit my half brother and half sister, I took my mom to Georgia to do that. We rented a Nissan Versa and I loved it. And we drove from Atlanta all the way to Savannah, which is about a 4-hour drive. My mom was comfortable. I was comfortable. Long drive was okay in a Nissan Versa. But okay, back to the math. So let's say that you want a car payment. Anyway, the Tesla that I want is like $700 car payment under those terms. And the reason why, sorry, I should have probably said this earlier. The reason why my mom recommends only a 5-year loan is she kind of says, and I kind of agree, that it's kind of that 5-year mark where the car could start to have major trouble. So you don't want to still be making car payments on a car. And then you've taken it to the dealership. Well, you don't take it to the dealership. Sorry. You're taking it to get a car repair. and they tell you that that car repair is going to cost $2,000. Like, you never want to hear that your car needs a $2,000 repair, right? But it's a little bit easier to swallow that information if you find out that if you find out that the car that your car's paid off. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay. All right, $360 car payment. That's what I'm more comfortable with. Like, I don't like to see any of my money really leave my budget. I'm actually hoping that by the next time I truly need a new car, that the house is paid off. So, because my mortgage, you guys, my total mortgage is $1,100. That includes my home insurance, that includes like my real estate taxes, because all of that is just part of the escrow payment on my house. So probably what I'll actually have extra for spending is like $760 by the time the house is paid off. And I'm still only going to want to pay about 360, but maybe I'll splurge and spend up to $500 a month. Okay, anyway, $360 a month times 60 means I could afford a car that cost 360 times 60 equals. This would be a $21,600 car. Now, when you go to, I bet there are cars where their advertised rate is that low, and we'll check like the Nissan Versa in a second, or a Toyota Yaris, maybe even an entry-level Toyota Corolla. But there's going to be taxes and fees and markups on that MSRP. It might be really hard, especially when you factor in interest, to get a car for $21,600. But let's look at the Toyotas and see. Let's just see what a new Toyota Corolla would cost. And then after that, I'll check your comments and see what else you guys want to talk about today. Okay, so are we sharing this again? No. Let me add this to the stream. Okay, and then we're going to go to, I guess let's go to Toyota. Toyota Corolla. May sales event. That's not my zip code. It's not my zip code, but it's close. Oh, this is interesting. So they have a teaser rate of 3.99 that applies to all trims. So that would be cheaper than the credit union if you qualified. It says tier 1 and tier 1 plus credit consumers. So not everybody is going to qualify for that teaser rate. Let's go with view dealer inventory. Let's look at Toyota of Pasadena and see what they have. No, I don't want to get pre-qualified. They're open Memorial Day. 1,000 off all trucks. Okay. Hold on. All right. So it looks like the cheapest. Let me make sure. See how? Okay, look. So these are the 5 new Toyota Corollas that they have in Pasadena. I don't know if you guys saw how fast I just scrolled. So I was up here in this section right here. There's the first 4. We got one for 23,000. All 4 of these are like, well, actually this one's like a couple $100 more. But anyway, what does that one have? The whatever. But okay, so these are all $23,162. But then we get here down to this one. It's like $3,000 more. Also, this stinks, but there's always like a dealer markup, right? So you see this price and you think, oh, okay, that's only $2,000 more than Shelly was saying, right? Shelly was saying to get that $360 car payment, we need to find a car that is $21,000. But this dang MSRP, when you actually go to the dealership, there's going to be like a dealer markup. I don't know why that is. I do think you can kind of negotiate a lower price between what they are advertising versus there's wiggle room between the MSRP and the dealer markup. But then you're going to have your interest on top of that. And so you might end up paying the total car might be closer to like $26,000 than it would be to $23,000 by the time all is said and done. And then it's like actually tax, title, and licensing. So there's going to be like another there's tax on $23,000. I think that's going to be like another $2,300 because tax is about 10%. So there's fees on top of fees on top of fees on top of fees when you're buying a new car. But do try and find the teaser rate. So like in this case, it's 3.99%. Um, do try and get like if you don't qualify for that rate, see if you qualify for a low rate with a credit union. And I wouldn't recommend going anywhere like unless you can afford to buy all cash, I wouldn't go to like a smaller dealer. You know what I mean? Like for a used car. Okay. Andrew says, I use the Experian app to check my scores, but now I wonder why. Bank apps already show the same information. There's three different main credit reporting agencies, and those are Experian, TransUnion, and what the heck's the other one? Now I'm going to Google that, but I'm going to just Google it on my phone. Okay, three credit reporting agencies. Credit reporting agencies. There's like three. What are they? Oh, blah, 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 blah. Check all three credit scores. Oh, TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian. So depending on where you go, it's going to give you like a slightly different score, but it shouldn't be like vastly different. Okay. Is 698 a good credit score? I think, again, I'm going to say that any score is good as long as you're thinking about it. 698, according to this tab, would be in the same range actually as a 720. And according to this little chart, let's see if we can visit this actually. Oops. What is a good credit score? A good credit score is between 670 and 739 within that range. So, and according, oh, I'm not sharing the right tab. Okay. So these percentages 16% of people have a poor credit score, 17% have a fair credit score, and then 67% have good, which is 670 to 739 or better. So that's the majority of us. Now, what the heck is a Vantage score? The two new, what the heck? All right, what is good score to buy a house? A FICO score of 670 or higher. What is a good credit score to buy a car? 670 or higher. So yeah. So both of you that have asked like should qualify for pretty good rates on a car. So, Alex, you are so close though, just 30 points more. And so, a lot of times, what is going to factor into a credit score right now is going to be like the to like loan to income values. So I don't think that's like the official term, but basically try and lower the amount that you owe on your credit cards. Okay. And me and my grandma had an interesting relationship. She was like kind of an old biddy, but something that my grandma did is every time her credit card payment came due, first of all, I would love if you guys all tried to pay off your balance in full, but I know that's not possible for a lot of people. But try and pay 5, 10, $20 more than the minimum payment. And I would do that. I would get out your credit cards. I would figure out which one has the highest interest rate and put that extra money on that card first. That's what I would do. Ready for the World says state of California budget deficit is 30 to 33 million. I thought I heard billion. And the final audited amount of the UIEDD scandal was 30 to 33 million. The money is totally evaporated and gone forever. Shelley, your thoughts? It's tricky. It's this kind of, in my opinion, it's going to be one of those you can't cry over spilled milk situations, right? I absolutely, like, we know it was reported in the news, like people received unemployment benefits that shouldn't have, right? And at some point, even if the state received money from the federal government or whatever to supplement the unemployment benefits, at some point, right? Like it all comes back to us, right? And but the money's gone. It's already been paid out. And a lot of times I think the reason why they're forgiving even people that they found like can't quite make all the everything line up, right? Why they're waiving a lot of the penalties or whatever is because they're not going to get it back. A lot of times like it's people are going to fight it, they're going to appeal it. It's going to take more money to try and get back like $1,000 or the overpayment or whatever, that it's almost not worth it, right? So I think we just have to move on. I'm not sure that that final audited amount is correct. There's so much going on. And I also think that the EDD, they did what they could. They tried to trust people and then kind of go backwards. And like I think that was the right call to go ahead and trust people first, make sure to get the money to the people who legitimately needed it, and then kind of work backwards. I think the pandemic in general was just very unexpected. And I don't think that there was like the perfect way to deal with it. I think when that many people became unemployed all at once, I think it was impossible to like do something 100% the right way. So I think that they did the best that they could. I think that they acted in good faith. We know that some claims were paid out fraudulently. They know that as well. I would love to think that they would be better prepared going forward next time, but you just can't. Like I even give examples in terms of just the business where I work at. You guys know I work at a movie theater. Let's say that I do 2,000 customers usually on a Saturday, but then the following Saturday I have 20,000 customers show up. I'm probably not going to have enough staff. I might not even have enough candy. I might not have enough seats to sell the people that want them. Like when your business increases that much in that short a period of time, like there's not really a way to prepare. And then you have the 20,000 customers all show up, or the 2 million or 20 million in the case of unemployment. And you know, you start to see, oh no, I think probably they hoped, oh no, next week we'll all be back to work and these claims will go away. The pandemic stretched out a lot longer than anyone thought, right? So, but sometimes it takes you a minute to react too. You think, oh, that was weird. But you don't realize, like, oh my God, this is going to be like an everyday thing. And then it takes you a little while. And then you have to hire, and hiring involves interviewing, right? And like sometimes when you need to hire, I don't know. It was just a mess. And I am not sure what the right thing is. I do think, yep, it's gone forever and it's unfortunate, but I'm not sure what the alternatives were. Make the people that legitimately deserved the money. I just think that there were so many of us, and there were so many of like my viewers that were waiting for their payments that weren't getting them on time. Some of my coworkers, I helped several of my employees. Like it was stupid stuff, but it was like some of my employees, they lived in California, they were working in California, but they never updated their IDs to show their California residence. So, like, their ID was still showing out of state, but they did live and work in California, So the EDD went ahead and released that money on a contingency, but even that, like, it was like a month behind because of the employees' weird IDs not adding up, and I don't know. It was a mess. We're not ever going to get it back. It stinks, but we can't cry over spilled milk. So we just have to try and do better last time. All right. We're going to talk about dating again for a little bit. The last date you went on, the dude kept talking about himself and his Porsche. Worst date ever. How am I? I'm doing good. When I was little, I used to think that Porsches, I used to tell my mom because they have a really slanted back, right? And I used to tell my mom that I thought it looked like an elephant sat on the back of the Porsche. So apparently, since I was little, Porsche is not my favorite car. Um, Maybe he just got it. He was really excited about it. I don't know. Oh yeah. Billion. I do think it was billion. Bella's reminding everybody to hit the like button. I would certainly appreciate that. I'm gonna take a sip of coffee. I always go back to talking about budgeting. Because that's really what I'm passionate about, but I don't mind mixing it in. Debbie, if you're watching, the little green guy's upset. Debbie usually asks me about the movies. And like I showed you guys, I've got my Little Mermaid manicure on. That was probably my favorite Disney movie growing up. And I have not seen the new version yet, but I'm very excited about it. Okay, let's see here. Ben says, a friend of mine called auto loans a loan from the deepest depths of HE double hockey sticks. Kind of dramatic, but sort of true, I guess. Yeah, and like the car dealers that are like trying to give you those loans are sketchy. Okay, Joel says people finance cars for 7 to 8 years now maximum, which is insane as they risk being underwater or upside down on the loan. The car becomes worth less than what is owed on it. Absolutely. And from my understanding, um, a car actually is worth less than is owed on it the second you drive it off the lot. Like you're not going to get, if you buy a $32,000 car, it's not going to be worth 32,000 the second you take it off the lot and it's yours, unfortunately. Joel is saying 32K is not bad. You can get something slightly nicer than a Toyota Camry, an Acura perhaps, but not a Lexus. Something nicer than a Camry though. And yeah, Joel is a mechanic, for those of you guys who don't know. 32K is a pretty good budget. I'm nervous to buy a used car just because. So my mom has also said, right? And I think I'm just being like overly cautious, but my mom has kind of always said, like, with a used car, you never know if you're getting someone else's problem. So, like W did, go with your friend and maybe pretend that you know a little bit more about cars than you really do. At least open the hood and be like, if you're buying a used car, just say, oh, let me look under the hood. Learn where the oil dipstick is. Like you can check the oil. It shouldn't be like pitch black in there, and it should like not be just like it shouldn't be dry. The dipstick shouldn't be dry. And it shouldn't be just like a little drop at the tip either. Like it should be like, doot, like there's a little line where it should be. And like if they're selling you a car, they should at least have oil in it. Like, at least check something. Okay. Oh, noted rock historian. Does the EDD recognize IHSS as valid employment? I would think that they should, but I don't know how IHSS works. Are you considered an independent contractor? Do you get a paycheck and a W 2? Because generally, like they count self-employment as work in terms of like if you're going back to work and if you were looking for work and if you were trying to learn how to do a new trade, they would count it that way. But if you don't get a W 2 from IHSS, then you would be considered self employed. And self employed, now that the pandemic's over, don't qualify for unemployment benefits. You would need to, oh, Joy and Joey's Adventure, what program do I use to share my screen? So I use a program called StreamYard, and I think I have a referral link that I can get for you. If you're still in here, I can't say enough good things about StreamYard. I thought I was going to talk about budgeting today. The program that I have, I can even add like a second camera. That also is allowing me to put the comments on screen. And it I do use a paid version, so I don't have their logo or anything like that on screen, but I've really liked it. I feel like just putting the comments on screen really helps me to interact with my audience better. It helps the people that are just popping in the middle of my live like know what I'm talking about because I've got like the comment on screen. So I really like StreamYard, and I'll put in the description down below. It's not there now, but I'll put it in the description down below and I'll pin it in the comments. Okay. Noted rock historian says, for RIHS employment, what is the federal tax number that would show on a W-2? Hold on. Let me try and Google this for you really quickly. Where am I? Okay. We're going to Google does IHSS give W-2? It's the first thing that comes up. Okay. Let me make sure that I'm sharing the right thing so that you can see this as well. So here's what I am reading. The state controller's office does not provide W-2s for IHSS employees. Please contact the social worker or the local IHSS personnel payroll office of the county where you work or worked and request a duplicate W 2. Go online and search for the county IHSS personnel payroll office. Hold on. Okay, hold on. Let's look at the TurboTax thing. Okay, it's not taxable. Do I have to file my IHSS W-2? TurboTax can exempt income under Notice 2014-7 per the IRS instructions. This notice provides that certain payments received by an individual care provider under a state Medicaid home and community-based services waiver, Medicaid waiver program, are difficulty of care payments and excludable as income. If these payments are paid to you in box 1 of Form W-2, but they should not, first trying to get a corrected W-2 from the payer. If you cannot get a corrected Form W-2, follow these steps. Do not enter the W-2 in the wages and salaries topic. Instead, enter it as other reportable income under the miscellaneous income section. So let me Google a more specific question. Does IHSS count toward unemployment benefits? Does IHSS income count as unemployment? Okay, so this is a california.gov website. I'm going to make sure that we're looking at the right thing here. We are. This is interesting to me, even though I'm no longer on unemployment. Okay, taxpayers with income from unemployment or in-home support can benefit from recent changes. Okay. Um, I'm just going to read the whole thing. This will be old school style. Okay, Sacramento. The Franchise Tax Board, FTB, today, and this is from 5/14/2021, highlighted recent developments that expand Californians' eligibility for the what? This is for the Earned Income Tax Credit. Okay, the Cal EITC. That's still necessary, though. It's still helpful. The changes apply to people who received unemployment insurance benefits in 2020, as well as those who received income from in home supportive services, IHSS, or a Medicaid waiver program for providing care to an individual they lived with anytime since 2016. I want to be sure Californians know they may be newly eligible for additional tax credits, said State Controller and FTB Chair Betty T. Yee. She's no longer the FTB Chair. But anyway, these changes may also allow more taxpayers to be eligible for a $600 or $1,200 Golden State stimulus payment. And that's really old information, providing additional relief for those facing pandemic related hardship. Okay. Unemployment income. And again, this article is from 2021. So we're going to want to make sure that this is still valid. We're just going to read all of it. Unemployment income. On March 11th, 2021, the American Rescue Plan Act, which is no longer in effect, changed how federal adjusted income AGI is calculated. It allowed an exclusion of up to $10,200, and it's definitely not anymore, of unemployment income received in the 2020 tax year or 2023. Okay, that's no longer applicable. So let me try and skip ahead instead of reading all of that. Okay, because this is still 2020 information. Okay. IHSS, In-Home Supportive Services. The IHSS program provides in-home assistance to eligible elderly, blind, and disabled individuals and enables recipients to remain safely in their own homes. Income received as a caregiver from a Medicaid waiver or IHSS program for providing care to someone you live with is excludable from your federal AGI, which stands for adjusted gross income. Under a recent Office of Tax Appeals decision, income received as a caregiver from a Medicaid waiver or IHSS program for providing care to someone you live with can be included as earned income to determine eligibility for the amount of Cal EITC. Taxpayers may now opt to include or exclude all or none of that income as earned income on their tax return. Qualifying for Cal EITC may allow taxpayers to also qualify for the YCTC and GSS payment. I don't know what the YCTC stands for, but the GSS is a Golden State stimulus, and that's already passed. Um, this recent tax decision affects the years 2016 through 2020. Okay, but what about after 2020? Taxpayers who have already filed 2017 through 2020 tax returns should visit our webpage for more information. Okay. This did not answer the question about whether that would make you eligible for unemployment benefits, though, at all. Okay, let's try. Sorry. Should we use the Reddit form? Okay, let's look at this. This is from 2021. The fight to get access for unemployment benefits for those who provide care for their loved ones, dollars and cents. Also, shout out to ABC 10 because they gave wonderful information during the pandemic. Okay, so I'm going to read this really quick and then try and get through your questions and then head out for the day. Okay, anyway. Sacramento, California, the In Home Supportive Services Program is a government program that provides day to day care for those who are unable to care for themselves. It allows many disabled people to live safely at home rather than a nursing home or long term care facility. Services can include everything from meal preparation and laundry to assistance with bathing and dressing. The program pays for family members or non family members to provide that care under certain circumstances. For many, this is I actually need to know about this because I'm interested in it in terms of like what I might need for my mom in the future. Okay, so for many Californians with family members who need constant care, the choice between taking that duty upon themselves or institutionalizing their loved ones has only one possible outcome. Providing that care comes with a trade off at the end, though. In general, in home supportive services workers are eligible for unemployment insurance. It's just the folks who are caring for their close family members who aren't right now, under the state's interpretation. So that would mean that, like, if I were caring for my mom and that was my only source of income, that I would not be eligible. Okay, so that's my interpretation of what I just read, said Stephen Goldberg, Regional Counsel for Legal Services of Northern California, which provides help for low income area residents. Goldberg recently challenged that the exclusion in front of the state recently challenged that exclusion in front of state Supreme Court. He says that a lack of safety net can have horrible consequences. A mother had been caring for her severely disabled son for almost 20 years, and her son died. She was a single mom and had no other employment, no other sources of income, and lost everything. I chose to stay home, leave my career, and take minimum wage pay so that I could be with my son, said Folsom's Megan Wintermute. She says the case is about helping family members adjust when their loved one dies or need more care than the family can provide. She took care of her son, who is on the autistic spectrum, until he became too strong and fast for her to care for safely. When he moved in with his father, she had to adjust quickly. Wintermute faced to the struggle of having to cope with the change in her life while also having to find a way to support herself. Unemployment would have been a big help. I blew through my savings and you have to pay the bills. She said it's an especially difficult process for parents whose child passes away. They're grieving a death. That's huge. It's not you to not even give them the dignity of unemployment while they try to get the pieces of their life back together is disgusting. She hopes the court rules in favor of change for the sake of other families. It's tragic, it's dehumanizing, it's very sad, and it needs to be remedied. The court has until late August to issue a ruling. So this was from 2021, and it says it was updated in August, but where's the update? Why do they do that? Like, why do they make it so hard to figure out the update? And by the way, like, this is why this channel was so like helpful during the pandemic because I sorted through all this. But why don't they just give you the update when it says it was updated in August? So I'm sorry I don't have a better answer for you. We will search for that. We'll search for it in a second. Let me do a couple questions. I'm going to put the credit score ranges back on screen while I answer some questions. Okay. Janet says, I love my 2023 Kia Soul LX. Out the door, 25,000 plus change. I love that, Janet, and thank you for sharing that. Joel says, the best cars I worked on were Lexus and Toyota. The most reliable, in my opinion, good choice. Toyota. Yep. Same. Okay, let's see. Oh, noted rock historian says, don't buy a car from an auto dealer, period. Okay. Yeah, if you're buying used, and we kind of went through this before, but if you're buying a used car from like an individual, ask if they're able to show you all of like the maintenance records. Like my mom always taught me to keep the maintenance records. I know a lot of it's digital now, but I'm still keeping like every time I take my car for an oil change. Try and figure out how many owners have been on the car. Like a single owner is going to be better. Look at the mileage, look under the hood, take a friend with you. Yeah. Okay. Joel says lower credit utilization rate means an improved score. Yep, I'm at 15% utilization and score is in the 750s. Yep. Lowering the amount that you have on your credit cards out of your budget is good. Rocky, good to see you. Dating, budgets, or Christmas tree decorating? You love all the info. It's good to see you in here. I was just thinking I hadn't seen you in here for a while, so welcome back. And thank you for being supportive no matter what I do. Rocky, I don't have access to my Twitter anymore. And I don't remember. I got to try and figure out, I got to try and sort that out, but maybe not today. I have a lot of things on my to-do list, honestly, guys. And instead, I'm just playing Animal Crossing. But I did use Rakuten to save money on buying that. Okay, noted. Rock Historian says, you get a paycheck. You have not seen a W-2. You get paid by the state. I get paid to take care of my wife at home part-time, and they deduct. I'm thinking that they might not, that's a close relative, so it might not count. I'm gonna look at that. And Joy and Joey's Adventures, you're still here. Welcome. And there's let me look really quick at StreamYard so that I can share that. And then we'll try and figure out that update. Yeah, it's been a while since I can't even log on to Twitter. I don't know if I got hacked or what happened. Okay. Let's see here. I'm going to look really quick at StreamYard, although I'm streaming from StreamYard, so I'm not entirely sure. Okay. We're going to show this tab instead. So this is what StreamYard looks like. My recording storage is full. My account, I'm going to just go to the referrals here. I've never had a referral. I'm going to copy this referral link, and then I'm going to drop this in chat. I pay like a $400 annual fee for this one, but I don't think I would have needed that. You don't need to pay $400 annually for, you don't need to pay $400, and I'm not going to do that again. For StreamYard, let's see. Yeah. You got hacked too. You had to update your password and reinstall the Twitter apps. That's what I think I need to do. The problem is I don't remember my main username, and I'm not sure I remember my original password. That's how you get hacked. I don't know. Okay, anyway, StreamYard. Let me show you the different plans if I can. So you guys, if you're doing YouTube and you like this program, this link would save you $10 in credit, it says. And then once you guys spend 25, I'll get 25. I've referred no people, although 42 people have clicked the link. That's good. But let me see. Does it show me the different plans really quick? Billing. Change. Okay, we're not going to change plan, but these are the different plans. Okay, there's a free plan. Are we sharing this? Okay, there's a free plan, which would be fine for a lot of people. You would have the StreamYard logo in your stream. There's streaming limits. You could have 6 on-screen participants and 2 seats. I don't know what that is. For a long time, I had basic. And guys, here's another money-saving tip. Save $100 if you get it billed annually, which I definitely did because I want to do that. So I was on basic. And with basic, which I do recommend, and that's the one I'm going to go back to, and I'll tell you why in a second I didn't do that. There's no StreamYard logo, unlimited streaming, unlimited local recordings. I could have 10 on-screen participants. So if I wanted like Jenny Silver and Graham Stephan and Rocky and Debbie and Alex, like I could have everybody on. I don't really know how to do that, but I could do that. Live streams get recorded. I could stream to 3 different destinations at once. So I know it'll do like YouTube and Twitch. It doesn't do TikTok, which I wish it did. Custom RTMP destinations. That's like a like if I had a website that I wanted to stream to, it would do that. A guest destination. I don't even know what that means. Great for getting more viewers. You can choose to allow guests to send your stream to their own social accounts. Each guest may add 2 destinations. Okay. You can do logos, overlays, and backgrounds. So like right now, you guys can see that Shelly's Millions thing up there. And that's considered like my logo, and then 50 hours of storage, which I've exceeded already. Here's why I paid the extra money for extra camera, but sharing your screen is not an extra camera. And the only time I've used this extra camera feature, I thought I wanted to do unboxings, and I was like, I'm going to need an extra camera for that. Like one camera doing an unboxing and then like one camera with my face. The only time I think that I have successfully used the 2 camera thing, there's a video from Christmas of me and my mom playing Monopoly, and I had like one camera on the Monopoly table and then another camera on me and my mom. But I didn't really use that feature. So anyway, the basic plan is perfect. It won't have any logos or anything. And you can still share your screen. Okay. So I did pay $400 to add a camera, and it's not worth it. And I am going to change my plan back down to the lower one. But I think I'm paid. Thank you, Rock. Rocky's going to tweet at Elon to help me. Please do. Yeah, so I'm not paying 400 a month or a year. Sorry. I am paying $400 a year. And for a while, like I did this when the channel was making more money, and I thought that I was going to want to share the screen a lot more. To do like unboxings and things like that. But that has not been the way I'm doing the channel. And so once this expires, I will stop the professional plan and I'm going to go back to basic. And then the free plan is fine too. The only thing really that I didn't want on the free plan was I didn't want the StreamYard logo on there. So yeah. Yes, you can stream a video as you're sharing the screen. Yeah, so I'm streaming to YouTube right now, and I'm sharing the screen. And you can do that with the basic plan, because for a long, long time, I had the basic plan. What did I want to? There was like something that I thought I was going to need to do, like 2 cameras to do. And there's other ways under the $16.67 a month plan that you can use to stream. Okay, let's look at the IHSS. Do I qualify for unemployment? Oh my goodness. If my source of, oh my goodness, if I could type income is IHSS. Okay, let's try this one. Okay, what if I am taking care of a seriously ill family member or bonding with my new child and cannot work? If you are caring for a family member or bonding with a new child, you can file a claim with California's Paid Family Leave Program, PFL. Caring for a new child includes the birth of a child, adoption, or foster care placement. Note, you cannot receive PFL benefits for the same period of time you receive UI or disability insurance. I was fired from my job. Nope. Okay. So maybe it would be paid family leave? Let's try this website. Okay. In-home supportive services. Welcome to your job as. Okay, this notice briefly describes benefits that may be available to you in your income tax responsibilities. Please read this pamphlet carefully. So this looks like it's actually page 1, and then this would be page 2. Also, this looks like it's old, so I don't know when this last got updated because we just Googled, right? And I'm just sharing what I'm Googling. This is publication number 104 from 1206. So that's December of '06. So my guess would be that there is a more current version of this, but let's just read this and see what it says. Unemployment insurance. UI benefits may be available to you if you are not the parent or spouse of your employer or the recipient and become unemployed, able and available to work, and you meet certain eligibility requirements. There is no deduction from your paycheck for unemployment. Unemployment insurance benefits are available for a maximum of 26 weeks. You should contact your local California Employment Development Office for information. Okay. I am a close relative and get IHSS. Do I qualify for UI? Let's see, we already read both of those. Can I get unemployment from IHSS in California? It just keeps saying to contact them. So probably this. Okay, let's see. But see, this is okay. That other article that we were looking at was from 2021, and it was saying that there was going to be an update in August. Now, this is from before that. This is from 2020. It shouldn't be this hard. Okay. Kathleen Williams said it. Okay. She took full time care of Caleb. Williams was in her 40s when he passed away. The loss was a deep and heavy weight, but what came after kept her fighting to ensure no mother or caregiver would undergo the same experience. She lost not only her son, but her employment as well. And California doesn't allow, this was in 2020, IH in home family caregivers to collect unemployment benefits when the child's spouse or parent they're caring for dies. Non-family caregivers in the IHSS program get state unemployment insurance in these situations. Caregivers in the same family do not. That seems so backwards. So backwards. Okay. Williams' years long fight culminated in a. I'm going to cry. This is so wrong. I'm not going to cry. I might cry. So wrong. Okay. Williams' years long fight culminated in Assembly Bill 1993, which would have allowed caregivers to file for unemployment upon the death of the loved one they'd been caring for under the IHS program. This seems like if someone who's not a relative, why do you not qualify? Because, like, so many family members like abandon their family. So these people didn't. They stayed and they cared for their family. And they're going to be the ones. Oh, okay. Virginia, yes. Um, I think I have some inside information for that. Okay. Let me see if there's a way for me. All right, let me still try and drill down into this IHSS thing. And probably my answer, since this is so hard to find, is going to be reach out to your assembly member and see if they're able to give you a clear answer on whether you would qualify or not. But okay. In a veto message, Newsom vetoed this back in 2020. To exclude domestic workers and people working in homes dates back to slavery. There is no safety net. Assembly member Sydney Kamlager, I think I'm saying her name right, who co-sponsored the bill, echoed Bass Hamilton. Vetoing AB 1993 is a missed opportunity to California to right a historic wrong. I agree. Parents and spouse IHSS providers were excluded from basic worker protections long ago because labor performed by wives and mothers, and especially labor performed by women of color, was not valued by lawmakers. That makes me want to cry too. All right. Cam Logger wrote a Medium post in May telling the story of another mother in El Dorado, California. Caregivers working these jobs often earn just above minimum wage. Unemployment insurance has never been more important for frontline working Californians like us. Williams, who lost her son 4 years ago, said she will keep fighting. She started Babies So Special, a nonprofit to help others going through similar situations to hers. We expect Newsom to have courage to lead by example and take action to break down systemic racism and sexism by signing AB 1993. God, okay. I think I might need to donate some money to Babies So Special. Oh my goodness. Okay, so, all right. Has this changed? Let's look at. This is so hard to find, and I don't know why, because this article is from 2020, but that other article said it was from 2021. Let's look at the Reddit thread, I guess. Click to, yeah, I'm not a robot. Click allow. Where's allow? Oh my goodness. Allow? Where's allow? I'm a robot. Oh no, I don't want love meat. What is going on? Okay. Guys. We're going to go back to credit score. I don't know what happened. Okay, so that was not a good Reddit article. Like so many times before, I would reach out to your assembly member. Okay. Oh, Rocky, that's breaking my heart. You were taking care of your mom for 4 years, and when she passed, they said no unemployment. I'm really sorry for the loss of your mom, and I'm even more sorry that there was no unemployment benefits for you after she passed. That's just really terrible. That was back in 2012. And they said if I wanted to care for someone else that needed help on their list, but no unemployment. So I ended up not continuing with IHSS and got another job. And like everybody that I've ever known who's done it, a friend of mine, her girlfriend does it. And she's so sweet. Like everybody that I know that has ever done IHSS are just like the most kind-hearted, sweet people that you've ever met in your life. And first of all, like I commend you for taking care of your mom. And then secondly, like, yeah, you should qualify for unemployment benefits. This is crazy for me. Anyway, I would reach out to your assembly member on that and find out. Okay, now, Virginia. Let me see really quick if I can pull up something. So unemployment benefits are changing, and I'm going to try and pull up an email. What the heck is this? Oh my goodness. Oh, I am definitely not in the right email. Okay, hold on here. What the heck? Yeah. I'm running out of storage in my Gmail. Okay, so unemployment benefits, they are changing. The program's changing. It's not going to be UI Online. And hold on. I think I can just share this tab. I don't see anything in there that I can't. So, okay. You guys get to share out, see all my like junky emails. But anyway, you'll see that I'm not disorganized, but that's fine. Okay. Okay, so this is the note that I got. Hello, towards the end of June, how you log into your benefits programs online or BPO will be replaced with My EDD, a simple and more secure way to access your benefits. My EDD is the first step of EDD Next, a multi year modernization. Oh, look, they are modernizing it. Hallelujah. Okay, a multi year modernization project that will improve your customer experience. Will it though? My EDD will include secure login verification, like with online banking, and easier password recovery. No action is needed at this time. In the next few weeks, we will send you information about the few simple steps you'll need to take the first time you log into My EDD. Thank you. Employment Development Department, State of EDD. Okay, so yeah, they are updating it and it's happening soon. Okay. All right. Well, we streamed for an hour and 20 minutes this week, so that almost makes up for the fact that I didn't um love my Little Mermaid manicure. Just going to show that off one more time. I did that myself. I thought these were Christmas colors. And then I was like, no, that's the color of her costume. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I've really enjoyed chatting with you this Sunday morning. I love talking all things budget and finance. I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. I will see you next Sunday, I think. It's my mom's birthday coming up on June 4th. So we'll have to see. But I will keep you guys updated. All right. Thanks so much for watching Shelly's Millions. I'll see you next time.